And remember, an ego death or a rebirth, okay, signifies, a starting point in a journey, right? Because guess what? People, when I explain to you guys the process of going from your ego, the dark night of soul, and then going from ego death to your rebirth, and then going into your higher self and everything. But here's the thing, that cycle, it's not linear, okay? And I've tried to explain this multiple times, is that process is not linear, okay? You could go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? And it's okay to go back and forth, right? You're depending on how embedded you were into your ego, all right, is going to shape how much work you have to do on this journey, right? And then to top of to put on top of that, if you have things that were what's it called, if you had things that were pressed on you, or like pushed on you, certain values and things that were pushed onto you and that you don't align with, and you have certain things that traumas from childhood, that those are situations and experiences that were also pushed upon you, regardless of your state of mind, regardless of where you were at emotionally or physically or anything like that. If you experience the trauma, okay, and then you have those other things that were pushed onto you, all of that plays a huge part. I know my hands are like super ashy, guys, but that plays a huge part when it comes into going through this spiritual journey, okay? And sometimes you're gonna have low points, okay? Don't let any spiritualist out there tell you that it's all rainbows and sunshines. It's not. You're gonna have low points, and look, and those low points can set you back into these patterns that were previous, right? But here's the thing, you're gonna have to sacrifice those. You're gonna have to sacrifice those thinking. You're gonna have to sacrifice the things that keep getting you back into those patterns, and find new coping mechanisms. That's what I'm being called to say here, is you need to find new coping mechanisms. You need to really indulge, okay, in an emotional intelligence course, or just really practice your emotional intelligence, okay?